going on, Jerome's? Made it to a Friday. It's beautiful out. Actually, if you're here in the great state of Minnesota, this might be the last nice day of the calendar year. So do it up. Birds are chirping and stuff, and it's time for another Vikings news dump. So the hand heard around the world. Sometimes JJ McCarthy sits on his hand, calls it the stranger. Yeah. But McCarthy's hand issue, apparently not that big of an issue, as he was a full participant on the injury report, much to the chagrin of all the haters and the losers. Plus, you know how everyone's clamoring for Aaron Rodgers to sign here with the Vikings just so you can follow the Bert Favre script? No. I think Jonathan James McCarthy is certainly following his own script. Oh, what happened? What happened? This is also the Super Bowl where Brian Flores held Jared Goff to 3 points. No big deal. Something that is a big deal is the annual November Food Shelf fundraiser. All Venmo's, Cash App, Super Chats during the live stream in November will go towards Twin Cities food shelves. 2,000 goal for the month. We're already at just shy of 1,700, so we're building, growing, and showing. We're going to have to amp that up a little bit. Donation links in the video description are below. Also, working with our friends Every Meal. Again, if you donate directly to them, a link is down below, just like our friend B-Rad. That's right, man. Email producer Allie, ftw@gmail.com to include you in the total. Thank you very much for paying it forward and helping out those in need this November. Also, producer Allie would bludgeon me with a rather blunt object if I didn't mention this. A very friggin' early Black Friday sale, 50% off everything in the store using promo code Jingle. Get the hats, get the mugs, get everything in time for Christmas. purpleftw.net, link is down below, up through the 26th. So, injury report. Vikings. So only 2 DNP. Grenard, a little bit concerning. So hopefully he'll be able to get some work in on Friday with that shoulder. Darrisaw, full DNP, full. He's fine. O'Connell did mention that only Grenard is a player that's in danger about missing on Sunday. And then a bunch of players that were limited, probably limited or maybe full on Friday, but no worries. Like Will Fries, Aaron Jones, Josh Metellus, Josh Oliver, Andrew Van Ginkel. It's more veteran maintenance at this point. Ryan Kelly, talk about him in a sec. Like should be good to go on Sunday. Like everything sounds like all systems go, which is good to see. Again, Theo Jackson, clear concussion protocol. JJ McCarthy, full. Again, much to the chagrin of all the haters and the losers for the Bears. So 2 of note. Jaquan Brisker has that back issue, which he dinged up in the Giants game. Giants fluke game. He's DNP'd 2 days in a row with a bad back. We'll see. TJ Edwards coming off of surgery last week, hand and hamstring, DNP twice in a row. It would be a big loss for them. And the rest of it, they're fine. They're fine. It's basically what it is. Also, highlight of yesterday's practice was Justin Jefferson. 3-year anniversary of the catch against the Buffalo Bills in that insane game. Where I still think Kirk Cousins was able to sneak over the goal line. Yeah. But then, you had the Eric Hendricks. Eric Hendricks, knockout fumble recovery at the 1, all that stuff. And I don't know, there's just so much going on in that game. Right. Also, Gabriel Davis was not in. How did they not review that under 2 minutes? But Jefferson had that huge catch. Plus, he talked. It's pretty open, pretty vulnerable, talking to the media about, I know a lot of people saw Jefferson body language. Maybe he wasn't having the best day with the officials, certainly. And also the effort on the interception. A lot of people were taking Jefferson to task, and rightfully so. Like, superstar, best receiver in the game. Love that he's here in the great state of Minnesota. Love that he's in purple. Not infallible, but his toughest critic is himself. And he really is the anti-diva wide receiver, where it's not about stats, it's not about money, it's about winning. It's about getting that dub. That's what Jefferson's all about. Long story longer, Gessling Strib. Today is the 3-year anniversary of Justin Jefferson's catch against the Bills. He said today that seeing the clips of that catch made him want to get back to savage mode from 2022. It's just going out there with the effort mentally and just going out there and just killing it and not worrying about the plays, not worrying about anything else that I just can't control. So what has he been doing since then? No, I'm just playing. Obviously, he's talking about things that can't control officials. Things like that. Because it's pretty clear that Jefferson was held or interfered with several times on Sunday against the Ravens. And also, the way that defenses double and triple him all the time, consistently. It's kind of tough. Continuing. Jefferson. It was just looking back on it and thinking about all the success that we had during that season, the success personally that I had, the NFL Offensive Player of the Year, Player of the Year, Play of the Year, just all that stuff going on during that season. I also think he won the Nickelodeon Award, and then he slimed McCarthy or something. He said his lack of effort on the interception returns on Sunday was not because he was mad at the situation I'm in or mad at the players we have or the plays being called. If you want me to be happy and go chase him down, that's not really something I want to happen, he said. He was pretty pissed off. He's talking about his attitude. He said that the emotion was because of his competitiveness and frustration with losing, adding it, he's on good terms with J.J. McCarthy, was still figuring out some things, but don't let that hinder your play or get in your way of making the right reads, Jefferson said, because he's a great player, he's a great quarterback, he's a great kid. Also, Jefferson alluded to, constantly being doubled and tripled. It is what it is. He said that sort of taking the fun out of playing, but what has to happen is that everyone else needs to step up. Addison, Hawkinson, McCarthy needs to find the open man. Like everything goes into that. Where I sort of understand what O'Connell was talking about in the third one, where this has been rehashed to death. Just like the Lions game a couple years ago, where Kirk Cousins on 4th and 1, also deep shot to Jefferson. Those situations. Heavy personnel, defense is stacked up at the line. Those are the only times that Jefferson's going to get one-on-one coverage, right? And you have to take advantage of that because you're not going to get it often, right? It's suffering from success. But Jefferson, ain't worried about Jefferson. Also, the Bears are down their top 2 cornerbacks in Kyler Gordon and Jalen Johnson. So I feel like McCarthy gets right. I feel like Jefferson has that legacy game. Come on, man. Come on. Also, Ryan Kelly, back at practice, limited, but is on track to return to the Vikings starting lineup on Sunday. The first time that would be Darisaw, Jackson, Kelly, Fries, O'Neal, which is great. He's going to be wearing a Guardian cap. He's also wearing a different helmet. So, frankly, it's a good look. As long as J.J. McCarthy's passes don't get batted down by the added height and bulk, it's whatever. Also, can he wear 2 Guardian caps? Be kind of nice. But also, J.J. McCarthy's not newsworthy hand injury aside, he's wearing a bandage. Yeah. This is the healthiest the Vikings offense has been all year. So again, this is the offense that we've been promised. The starting offensive line, you got Jones and Mason doing some big things back there with C.J. Ham, Hawkinson, Josh Oliver, best blocking tight end in the game. Jefferson, Addison, Speedy, Nailers doing some huge things as well. Jonathan James McCarthy. Again, we're going to get a look at what this offense was meant to be. And the defense, minus Grenard, they're getting there as well. But we're going to see what this team is made of down the stretch. Right? Sunday is an absolute must win. It is, but this could also be the setup for the run. Right? 4-5, staying alive. That's what we do. Also, what we're doing. Harrison Smith, 200th career game for the Vikings on Sunday against the crooked Chicago Bears. Just memories, right? And obviously, the Vikings have had some ups and downs, but I'm always nostalgic about history, man. All right, so Leslie Frazier, we always called him Leslie Butt Frazier because it was like, no, not butt like B-U-T-T, like ass cheeks, but butt B-U-T, as in accept. So it's like Leslie Frazier is a good man, but head coach, maybe not so much. Also, Ricky Spielman, check him out there. Give me all your 7th round picks. He's also sort of tangentially involved with the Jets, adding another chapter to the dumbest rivalry in sports history. Yeah, but so Harrison Smith here, Matt Khalil there. Remember, he was 6'7" before he changed to 7'5". And Harrison Smith, 200 career games for the Vikings. Matt Khalil, 2.5 Coke cans. Wow. Yeah. Also, so I know that everyone and their mom makes these charts now. We need to do this with Snorkel. All right. But quarterbacks who excel at making highlight throws, what does that even mean? I'm sure it gets broken down somewhere, but also I don't care. But the X is EPA, expected points added per highlight throw. So you want to be on the right, not so much on the left. Poor Bryce Young. Then the Y is highlight throw percentage. What percentage of your throws are deemed highlight? big time. Yeah. So I'm not saying, I'm just saying, I feel like that neighborhood is a good neighborhood to be in. You know, you're instantly upper class. Jonathan James McCarthy creeping up on Patrick Mahomes like he's Dominic Raiola. Got Darnold, you got May, who's trying to take it to the Jets right now. Got Stafford MVP. That's right, man. Yeah. Also, it's kind of great too. So I never had to side in the whole Michigan-Ohio State rivalry, which is still like one of the best rivalries in college sports. But, you know, since getting Jonathan James McCarthy, we've been talking a lot of ish. We're like quasi in with the Wolverines. Hail to the Vic. All right, so Wolverine Chronicle. 2024 NFL Draft quarterbacks total touchdowns in the first four starts. McCarthy, 7. Drake May, 7. Jane Daniels, 7. Bo Nix, 6. Penix Mightier, 6. Caleb Williams, 4. Spencer Rattler, 1. Obviously, as I choke and die, the turnovers have to get corrected, and the game has to slow down for him. But all the haters who are piling on JJ simply aren't looking at the situation objectively. Plus, he had a great reply to this. I got to try and find any statistic possible to make him look like an NFL quarterback, right? Yeah, you caught me. I found an obscure stat to make my point. Touchdowns, which is just a great line. All right. And the whole thing is, too, like, it's so weird where, like, renowned journalists and football analysts, so, like, ESPN's Bill Barnwell, like Jace Frederick, Pioneer Press, Warren Sharp, Sharp Football, they have just gone over the top, just like trying to distort and contort reality and just trying to poo-poo on McCarthy. Like, did the Bears and Lions game not happen? Oh, but he doesn't put up Purdue fantasy numbers. He'll get there. He'll get there. Again, the game will slow down. Remember, he was in a run-first offense, asked to make plays on third down in college. So this whole volume passer thing, it's new. He's going to get there. You know why? Because he got Kevin O'Connell. Also, you know why? Because McCarthy has all the freaking talent in the world. We'll get there. That's all. Yeah. Also, so it's really funny because, you know, Justin Jefferson, when he was talking, was like, hey, I got to do better. I got to go into a better mode. I need to help this team win. And then AJ Brown's like, drop me on fantasy. But this is great. John Clark, NBCS. Today at Eagles practice, Big Dom got Eagles owner Jeffrey Lurie and AJ Brown together, and it looked like they had a very good conversation about AJ's frustration, and they all want the offense to be better. Big Dom, head of security for the Eagles, made everyone an offer they couldn't refuse. Like, so this is what happens, right? Again, A.J. Brown bitching and moaning because he's not putting up stats. The Eagles are winning, right? It's not pretty. Certainly isn't pretty. But Miss Scusi that A.J. Brown is not putting up the fantasy numbers so that can filter down to his next contract. That's what it is. You just allegedly won the Super Bowl. You're winning games. But you have to be a distraction. Be like, blah, blah, blah. It's not even creative. Hey, we need to get better on offense because we need to take pressure off the defense. It's not how it comes across, but it's okay. Speaking of stats, so again, this whole thing is inevitable, right? It's a house of cards. Tom Pelissero, the NFL sent a memo to team officials today saying that in light of recent gambling scandals in other sports, basically saying there isn't gambling scandals in our sport, the league has worked with lawmakers, regulators, and sports betting partners in recent weeks to limit and, where possible, prohibit prop bets in the NFL. Are you bleeping me? And this is really more, hey, NFL players, hey, I'm going to attack my numbers today, bet the under. I feel like there's pretty good safeguards for that. You know, most over-under bets on props, a couple hundo, maybe a couple thousand. All of a sudden you see 50 grand on the under. Okay. I feel like this can all be monitored. Plus, again, this is what happens when sports leagues get into bed with these sports betting sites. And again, not a Quaker, not a prude. I'm obviously involved in wagering a jelly bean or two. But when this is mass marketed to Joe 12-pack in middle America, hey, I got to get my parlay together. How about that? ESPN Bet is literally you can't watch SportsCenter anymore without seeing like the ticker with all the like the odds and the lines and the money lines and the over-unders. And now they're like, oh my goodness, they're sports betting. Because honestly, sports betting was always real, but now that it's mainstream and accepted, it is even more money. And more money means more opportunities for scandal. Because people can get that money however they can, right? It's just... Didn't bring up Isaiah Rodgers. But hey, did you send this memo to the officials too? Let's do that. Yeah. And by the way, this does not help fans who think that the games are scripted. It's like WWE out here, man. Yeah. Also, God, Drake May is so good. Also, Kevin O'Connell, 633 winning percentage, top 10 NFL coaches by active win percentage. Now, he is the only coach here that does not have a playoff win. All right. Sirianni, allegedly at the top. Jumping Jim Harbaugh, mainly from the 49ers days. Matt LaFleur. But the Packers fans are like, oh, we need to get rid of him because Jordan Love's not the problem. Sean McDermott, getting his jihad on. Andy Reid, GOAT, legend. Tomlin, getting it done. Stupid-ass Sean Payton, redacted, asterisk. Jumping John Harbaugh, Sean McVay. You notice that Sean McVay hasn't won a Super Bowl since Kevin O'Connell left? Not saying, I'm just saying. Or Wes Phillips. Yeah, but, yeah. One of 4 coaches here without a Super Bowl, but also the only one without a playoff win. So, your time is going to come. It's coming, baby. But I understand it's tough to see the forest through the trees, especially since it's a week-to-week league. But the Vikings do have a good head coach. I trust him. Yeah. We'll see what happens today at Vikings practice Friday. Hopefully Grenard gets some work. And again, Bandage Gate. So many beat writers just like poop themselves on this one. Anyways, have a fantastic, glorious Friday. You guys are the absolute best. You know what to do. Skol, production value.